I bought a new starter motor, so gosh, these are wonky. I've bought a new starter motor, so we can get it working. I just want it to turn over. I'm not trying to start the engine yet. I just want to make sure that bit of the electrics is good. At great expense, I bought myself a high torque starter motor. So power, earth, when I connect it through. So there we go, that's what it is. We saw that coming out, that's what it's meant to do. Good. Well, it's taken a while, but I've taken that one off. And you can see down there, I've got the new one on. It's just in there. And so we're going to try it. Okay, I'm not trying to start the car. The coil isn't connected. And there's no fuel going in. So I'm just wanting it to turn over. Maybe I should take off the spark plugs. Oh no! What the hell's wrong? So, you saw it coming out. So I clearly fixed this. Didn't need a new starter motor. That's 300 quid that I didn't need to spend. Oh no! And there's something else wrong. Is it that the coil has to be connected up for it to even turn over? I don't think so. Right, hopefully you'll be able to see this. I can't really tell if it's in focus, but there's the starter motor, there's the battery. So we have power that comes directly from the battery, and then it goes off to the alternator and it comes back from the alternator. Okay, so that's all okay. So we have that coming in, and then the connector goes across and we get a white and orange coming in here. So if we look at it on this one, power goes to there from the battery, and then the white and orange goes here, and those are the only two things that we're actually interested in. So it is possible, I guess, that this is broken and I don't have any power there, so I can check that quickly enough to see if I've got 12 volts here, because that should be there all the time. And assuming that I do, then right here it must be this here that's gone, number 5, which is my starter relay. Assuming, of course, that my switch here, number 3, is actually sending power to this. So I'll check that I've got power there first. When I do that, and I have to push it past to get it to the one that goes to the ignition. So which one is it? It must be that one. I need to see if I get power. I'll come back and have a look again. I have just tested and I can confirm I do have 12.6 volts here. So this wire is okay. Okay, so for the relay, we've got power, comes in here, goes along this brown wire, Okay, and from here it comes into the relay here, there, and it also, that ground goes on and down and into the ignition switch here and there. Okay, and then when we turn the ignition switch to here, the white and red goes in here, and that must flip the relay, which will then send power along the white and orange to there. So I am going to try and check that I get power to the white and red when I turn all the way through. Alright, I'm going to explain this all again since I didn't video it the first time. So it's hard for me to measure the voltage that I've got when I turn the key because I have to find a wire exposed somewhere to do it. So what I've done is, this is the ignition wiring. I've tested this brown wire here, so from this here to that one there, and I get connectivity on that when I turn the key from position into position 3, just there. It's got marked as a 3, all the way there, and you'll see, and that's the one that it then switches back from. So if I turn it to 3, you can see how it springs back by itself. Okay, so that is the starter motor wire, and I have connectivity from the brown to there. Now there is another red and white wire here, and I get connectivity from the brown to that. I think it might be in 1. It's certainly in 2 or 3. I'm not sure, but I don't have it when it's on off, so that's okay. Then the other thing, this is the from the wiring loom side to the starter mode switch, and I have my full 12 point whatever volts that I've got at the battery. I've also got on this brown wire, so I know it's coming in here, it's going up there, and it's coming back. Okay, so I know we're getting power, we're getting connectivity, and therefore I'm assuming power coming in and up here. So I guess the only other thing to test is that this white and orange has power when I turn that, and that's going to be really hard for me to stretch across and do, but I'm going to give a go at testing that. And if that doesn't have it, then I mean, I think I've already concluded that this must have gone, but if that, you know, I just want to confirm that I'm not getting anything here, because if I am, then it means this isn't earthed properly. Now I believe it's earthed because I've got it connected to the, to the engine bay, and I've actually connected the earth strap to one of the bolts that was there. Now it happens to be the bolt, the new starter motor only has 2 connectors, and I've used the third one to connect up the earthing strap, which goes directly back to the battery, so it should be a good earth. And actually I can test that by checking the power here and using this as the earth, so I can do that to confirm I've got a good earth as well. Right, I got some strange readings there. So it felt like I was getting, where's the wire gone? So to here, with the orange and red, the white and red, it seemed to be getting some readings when it was in position, not, when it had flipped back from position 3. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, which I found a bit strange. But certainly in position 3, I wasn't getting 12 volts through, which is clearly what it needs. So, oh, and there's one other thing. The other thing is, when a relay engages, you hear it. And I can't hear anything. Okay? So I'm pretty confident the relay's gone. Okay, I don't know if I'll be able to get this back in without taking the dash out, but I've managed to drop it, as you can see, by taking the bolt out at the back, or taking the nut off at the back and the ones that were holding in there. So this is the starter motor relay. There's the red and white wire. So we're going to take this off and have a look at it. Ever wondered what a relay looks like inside? I just pulled to take the top off, to take it off, and the cap came off. I don't know if that really would be the cause of the problem, but we'll get it off and have another go. Now, I've just done a few tests and it seems okay to me. So first test I did was we got a resistor between 85 and 86. So 85 and 86, and my understanding is we wanted something between, you know, about up to about 200, and so we got 58 ohms resistance there. Now I'll do a quick search and check that's okay, but I think it probably is. Now and then what we want is we want one of these connected to the negative. So I've connected up to negative there. We want positive going into 30. Like that. And my understanding is when you've got that, on this kind of, on a 5-prong, then what you should get is your volts coming into 30 but going out of 87A. So if I touch on 87A and ground it. Oh, that's not, you know, that's not my 12 volts. But, and if I check 87 just to confirm it's not going there. And it's not. So if I now connect up 86 to the power, and I don't know if you could hear that, but you could definitely hear something going on. And what we'll see now on 87, they've got 12 volts, and interestingly I also do on 87A. So I think maybe that's okay. This isn't going well. I figured since I've got the relays available, I would try to sort out the lights. And now, when I do the switch, neither of them come up. Oh. I'll go back to the starter relay. So this bottom pin here is 30, and so that has constant power, or at least when the ignition's on, and it does, so that's fine. When I turn the ignition switch, I should get power here, and I don't. So I've checked connectivity on the other side and it's fine, but it's not coming through to here for some reason. And just to be sure, I just checked that it wasn't coming through on the other side with the black wires, but you know, that should be going to earth, to ground, and it is. So my problem would appear to be that wire. I'm going to check its connectivity back to the switch now. Okay, I've just tried the connectivity and I don't appear to have any, so it would appear that that wire over there is somehow broken by the time it gets over here. Okay, so the white and red wire goes through these dots. Where's it gone? There. No idea what they are or what that represents, but it must be something in one of those or this one here. So it's a connector somewhere. It must have gone. Oh, blimey. Well, that was disappointing. So, I'm away next week, which is why I'm going to stop this episode here. And then I'll come back to it. And I think I'm going to have to take that dash out and try to track that wiring back. I can't think of anything else to do, or I'm completely not understanding the diagram. I don't know. Okay. Frustrating, very frustrating. But we'll have another go.